Hello my friends, and welcome back to our channel. Home is where our heart is. My name is Dane, author of the series of books Knowledge to Forage and Foraging, the Complete Guide for Kids and Families. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and thank you all for joining me here today where I'm absolutely blessed to be spending my morning. It's about 6 a.m. The sun is just rising on this beautiful summer's day, and I'm collecting some mullein. Mullein is an incredible flower. It grows up tall with its unique appearance of its bright yellow flowers and has powerful medicinal properties that have been used for centuries. So if you're interested, then come with me and let's dive into the world of the mullein. Wow, would you look at this marvelous patch of mullein? It's absolutely buzzing with hundreds of bees, all out in the early morning fresh air collecting their sweet nectar. Now there's many types of mullein in this world. This is a broadleaf mullein and it has an incredible presence. When you walk past mullein, you can't ignore it. For one, it grows up to a tall size and it has beautiful bright yellow flowers. And you get this internal sense telling you that this plant is something special. And this is because human beings and mullein have such a long history together. Even if you don't know anything about plants, when you see a mullein, there's something ingrained in your DNA that lets you know that this plant and us are connected somehow. The morning sun is rising. Now, mullein is a biennial, and that means it has a 2-year life cycle. In its first year, it grows low to the ground like a little bundle of leaves, and what it's doing is laying out its roots, big strong roots, creating a good foundation. Then, in its second year, it booms up out the ground with its big stalk, its big spike, and in summer, blossoms with these incredibly beautiful and lightly fragrant flowers. These flowers are bright yellow with 5 petals. Now, when we look closely at the mullein, firstly, we can see it has big lance-shaped leaves, and when we touch them, they have one of the finest textures Mother Nature has ever created. They're kind of velvety. Then when we follow up its tall stem, we can see it has vertical grooves running all the way up it, and the stem also feels very velvety. And then we're met by the flowers, of course, which are bright yellow with 5 petals. You've probably noticed there is bees absolutely everywhere. Now, I'm not worried about bees. Bees are kind creatures. If I leave them alone, they'll leave me alone. And what they're actually doing is they're here to connect the sweet nectar. Isn't it incredible how flowers create nectar, especially for one purpose, and that's a gift to the pollinating insects. What happens is the bees come in to collect their sweet treat, and in return, they'll take some pollen. And when they collect sweet treats from other flowers, they'll drop the pollen off. A perfect trade. And this creates the next generations of plants. Now, mullein grows in abundance pretty much all around the world. It's native to Europe, Africa, and Asia, and naturalized in many countries such as North America. And it isn't picky where it spends its life. It prefers to grow in disturbed soils and in full sunshine. Here where it's growing, this big, abundant, strong patch, the sun rises up and over, allowing the mullein to bask in the delights of the sunshine all day long. Now, mullein is edible, but it doesn't make a good dinner. It's best preserved for its medicinal properties. We can eat the flowers, enjoying the bees in a morning sweet nectar snack, but it's the healing properties that are really special about this plant. You see, mullein is an incredible healer of the respiratory system. Our lungs, our breathing, one of the most vital parts of our body, enables us to breathe in this fresh morning air. Now, what mullein's doing is it enters the body and it soothes. It's a soothing plant, so it soothes the pain and discomfort. It's also antibacterial and antiviral, meaning it clears out the infection, it heals the lungs. It's anti-inflammatory, so it reduces that inflammation, and it's also a powerful expectorant. I find that mullein is a very strong expectorant, and for me, that's its main medicinal property. What is an expectorant? Well, it basically helps your lungs draw up the lower lung infection and cough it up. It helps you release that mucus, that infected fluid. Sometimes it's our lower lungs that get stuck filled with this negative fluid, that ill health when we've been sick with a cough, cold, bronchitis, or asthma. We can feel it sitting in our lower lungs, getting cold and just making us stay ill for much longer than we need to. When we drink mullein in a tea or a tincture, or in history it was smoked, what happens is it enters our lungs, it soothes them, takes the pain away, clears up the infection, kicks out all the bad stuff, making us feel much better. I'm personally very grateful to the marvellous mullein for its medicinal properties because it takes good care of me. You see, in 2023 I caught a certain virus over and over again and it wreaked havoc on my respiratory system. I would cough 24 hours a day. I could feel that my body was unable to clear out the infection and I couldn't breathe. I had shortness of breath. I could no longer do the things I love, such as hike through the countryside. I'd try, but I'd have to stop constantly and regain my breath. And when I breathed in, I could feel that my body was not getting the oxygen that it needed. So I went to the mullein. I said, please help me, mullein. I feel dreadful. I've got a respiratory condition and it's just not going away. And then I began to drink mullein tea. And as soon as I began drinking mullein tea, day one, I could feel my cough had changed from the expectorant qualities of the mullein and my body was able to expel that infection. But as soon as I stopped drinking the tea, the infection would return because of the small traces of infection then slowly growing again. So I had to step it up a notch to the mullein tincture, and it was that finally restored harmony in my body and helped remove the respiratory condition. And I still have to take mullein tincture to this very day, a year later, but it keeps me in good health, and it enables me to keep breathing that fresh morning air. That's what I really love about herbal remedies, herbalism. That's where my passion comes in, because unlike modern medicine that's just meant to fix your ailment, come in and do the work for you, herbal remedies don't work like that at all. They work with your body. They come into your body and help your health. They give your health a helping herbal healing hand. Now, mullein is a powerful respiratory herb, but its medicinal properties aren't exclusive to just this, because it's soothing and anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial. It's great for being applied to the skin. You could squish it up into a poultice or make it into an oil or a balm or a salve and use that to treat rashes or painful skin irritations. And it also, as it passes through our body, it soothes everything on the way through because it's soothing and anti-inflammatory. So it will even help heal digestive issues as it passes through, soothe stomach aches and diarrhea, and it will even heal you on the way out of your body, and you can apply it to some of them less flattering things, them less flattering ailments of the consequence of the human condition, such as boils and hemorrhoids. Now, to enjoy the health benefits of the mullein can be done in many ways. Firstly, you can make a fresh tea from the flowers and the leaves. Just stew some up in the pot. Drink this multiple times a day. You could dry the flowers and the leaves out so you can enjoy this tea all year long. Or you can make a tincture simply by adding the leaves and flowers once more to a jar, fresh or dried, half filled with mullein, and then fill the rest with vodka or brandy. Leave that in a cool, dry place for 4 to 6 weeks. Shake it every day if you can, and then you'll have a tincture. And to take that tincture, you simply use a dropper bottle and you do a few half syringes multiple times a day. You can use a steam bath. You can put all the mullein in hot water, put a towel over your head, and inhale the healing goodness. That way, that's quite a good way to get the health benefits of the mullein, especially if you're in quite a respiratory crisis. Historically, it was smoked. The Native Americans would smoke it for its health benefits, or you can dry them out and burn them like an incense in your room. And to finish on some history, the mullein, because of its powerful medicinal properties, able to cleanse the insides of our bodies, it could cleanse the outside too. And the dried plant, the sticks and flowers would be dipped in wax and burned, and they burn quite well, and they'd light these mullein sticks, these mullein candles at rituals and ceremonies in the hopes to repel evil and cleanse the rooms that they was in. This is why one of the mulleins' common names is also candle wick. And in symbolism, the plant, because it has such a dramatic change in its life cycle, starting small, becoming strong and tall, it's often used to symbolize transformation and courage, because it's the tiny plant that grows up to be bold and powerful and strong. So there we have it, people, the marvelous, majestic mullein, an incredible flower with powerful medicinal properties, rich in history and a blessing to wildlife. As usual, it's been a pleasure. Don't forget to do all them modern world things such as like, comment and subscribe to this channel, and share this video so we can continue creating our nature inspired education. All the interaction this video gets really helps us, because YouTube knows you like it, so it'll think other people will like it too, so it shows us to more people. If you'd like to own all the knowledge just like this video in book form, check out our awesome series of books, Knowledge to Forage. Also check out our Follow Along Foraging, where we send you monthly educational subscription packs. This month we're learning about flowers, but most importantly of all, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
Within the gentle giant, a remedy for the lungs resides, a gift of pure fresh air, this yellow giant's pride. To enjoy its healing power, to set your breathing free, simply politely ask the mullein to share a cup of tea.